Do you believe in God?
Do I believe in God? I'm what you would call a teleological existential atheist. I believe that there's an intelligence to the universe, with the exception of certain parts of New Jersey.
Why is it I never understand what you're saying?
Why, do you believe in God?
Well, I believe that there's somebody out there who watches over us.
Unfortunately, it's the government.
Miles, did you ever realize that God spelled backwards is dog?
Yeah, so?
Makes you think.
Yeah. You want to push the car, please?
There's only one reality at the end. Along the way, you have opinion, but in the end, there's reality. And reality is that creation is not a person. It's not a person looking for applause. It's a process that has been there forever, that is all-knowing but not experienced, because it did not participate directly in anything. So it created participants that would go and participate on its behalf and bring back those experiences. Yeah. And it's that process from the Big Bang to the Big Crunch or whatever that we call the universe. But in the end, that's only one link in a much longer chain. There was life before the Big Bang, and there will be life after the Big Crunch. And there probably is more than one chain going on at the same time. The same way as there's more than one station coming off the radio. When you tune it in to different places, you get some other reality called a radio station. Life could be very much like that. It's hard to tell when you're remaining in one reality that others might exist. But the chances are there is. Chances are that even in this universe, being that there are billions of planets and probably still down to hundreds of thousands or millions of places that have conditions similar to ours, it's hard to believe there wouldn't be some other life. I suspect if there was other life, it wouldn't look exactly like we do any more than even human beings don't look alike. So they would have their version of life, and if they're intelligent in any way and look down upon this group of people, they would say, these people gave up their unit of political power and joined a mass. Just follow the imagery created by something called the media.
This is how we all begin. This is when sperm fertilizes an ovum. This is the moment of creation.
Right now, it's easier to talk.
But words are so clumsy, so imprecise.
I know it's hard to understand, but it really was a vision. For the past few days, I've had these moments of insights, flashes of understanding.
DNA contains two strands of building blocks called nucleotides, arranged like a spiral staircase. Each nucleotide includes three parts: a phosphate group, a sugar molecule, and one of four bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, or thymine. The sugar phosphate bonds form the double backbone of the molecule, the handrails of the staircase. But we find the genetic key to DNA in the steps of this stairway, the nitrogen-containing bases. These bases link up using hydrogen bonds in a very specific way. Adenine will bond only with thymine, A to T. Cytosine only bonds with guanine, C to G. While these basic pairings never change, the order of the pairs along each strand varies greatly from one species to the next. In this elegant design, we see how nature stores the instructions to build all living things.
Humanoids are such tragic creatures. They've lost the ability to take joy in simply existing, and yet they haven't evolved to the next level where consciousness exists independent of form.
What do you say to spirituality?
I'll ask you a question. Mm-hmm. When you're walking down the street mm-hmm. in New York, mm-hmm. what do you think of ants?
What do I think of them?
Yeah. You don't. You walk, and if one happens to be underfoot, so be it. Do you ask about an ant's spirituality? Absolutely not. Do they care about your spirituality? They invented spirituality to confuse you.
Why do you say that?
Because the word says it, spirit. In the middle of the word spirit, pick out the letters IRS. Any word that has IRS in it means it's part of the accumulation system.
Oh, okay. I got it.
So, Christ, IRS. Krishna, IRS. Paris, IRS.
Wow. But, I don't know, I speak to people who, they say they're spiritual, and I'm not saying by going out and praying, but, when you're by yourself or something, or, taking a walk by yourself in the woods.
When you're by yourself, mm-hmm. you're thinking through your brain. Your brain should be able to turn around and ask your spine mm-hmm. to confirm or deny the things you're thinking. Mm-hmm. In between you and your spine sits the IRS.
To become a thing is to know a thing.
To assume its form is to begin to understand its existence.
If reality is a blanket of snow, then understanding is the mountain flower that emerges from the last thaw.
The truth is, I prefer the so-called primitive life forms. They exist as they were meant to, by following their instincts. No words get in the way, no lies, no deceptions.
I don't think it had ever before occurred to me that man's supremacy is not primarily due to his brain, as most of the books would have one think. It is due to the brain's capacity to make use of the information conveyed to it by a narrow band of visible light rays. His civilization, all that he has achieved or might achieve, hangs upon his ability to perceive that range of vibrations from red to violet. Without that, he is lost.
They tolerate you, Odo, because you emulate them. What higher flattery is there? I, who can be anything, choose to be like you. But even when you make yourself in their image, they know you are not truly one of them. They know that what you appear to be does not reflect what you really are. It's only a mask. What lies underneath is alien to them. And so they fear it. And that fear can turn to hate in the blink of an eye.
I'll never understand this obsession with accumulating material wealth. You spend your entire life plotting and scheming to acquire more and more possessions until your living areas are bursting with useless junk. Then you die. Your relatives sell everything and start the cycle all over again.
Broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.